Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 21 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Up first, we take on Leeds at home, the newly promoted Leeds, to finish off the month of November in the Premier League. We then move into the very game-congested, jam-packed month of December. We know it on FIFA. We know it in real life. There's a lot of games when it comes to the month of December, so we're really going to have to rotate the team a lot, make sure everyone's staying nice and fit, make sure the sharpness is at an utmost high. But for our second game, we take on West Brom, another newly promoted team to the Premier League, away from home. And then we end today's episode against joint second, the Hammers, West Ham. David Moyes and co. And they are currently second with Manchester United, I do believe, 3 points behind us. So a game that we must play. But we touched upon the end of the last episode as to which two we were going to play and which one we were going to simulate. I've got bolted down right now that we're going to play West Ham. That was without a doubt. But it was the game between West Brom and Leeds where I had to decide. Because I'm swaying each way. Leeds are higher up the table, so I feel like we should play them. But they're the home game. And I feel like if we simulate the home game, as you all know, EA do put the percentages a little bit higher. So if you simulate home games, you've got a higher percentage of winning and drawing than losing. But then that means, of course, then we're away from home against West Brom, meaning we would have to simulate an away game, which then means the chance of West Brom getting a draw or win is bigger in their favour than it is for us. So it's a very difficult one, but simply because of how the table is looking and simply because I want to make sure that we try and bag all 9 points out of 9 in today's episode, I'm going to stick with what I originally said. We're going to play the game against Leeds at home for the first game in today's episode. We're then going to simulate the game against West Brom away from home, and then, of course, be back at Anfield to play the Hammers West Ham. Now, obviously, we need to make sure that we're getting all 9 points. We've got a massive chance here to push the gap when we take on West Ham and grow the gap from 3 to 6, potentially even more, depending on how they get on in their first 2 games. We're going to have to hope that we can beat West Brom, and realistically, we probably should. But most crucially, when we play Leeds, I've got to make sure that we rotate the team. Any players that are looking a little bit tired, looking a little bit fatigued, they've got to come off. I've got to try and protect the likes of Mane and Bobby and Salah up top. I've got to protect Gini, who's obviously the captain at the moment, by Jordan Henderson. Now he's playing absolutely tremendous football at the moment. I'm really going to have to rotate this team a lot. Maybe I'm going to have to play a couple of players that I would like to probably not play against West Brom in the simulated game. But I'm probably going to have no choice because at the end of the day, I've got to keep my players at rest. I've got to keep them at bay and I can't risk any more injuries. We've already got Henderson out for season 1. I can't risk any other players. But before we get into the game against Leeds United, the newly promoted team to the Premier League, let's head over to the comment conference. Yeah, you're spot on with what you're saying there. Yeah, a week today, next Saturday, we are taking on David Moyes' West Ham, the Hammers. And yeah, they are in great form at the moment. They're challenging the top 6. They're currently joint with Manchester United in second position, only 4 points behind us. Of course, the lads are raring to go. They know how important this game could be because if there is still only 4 points between us and the Hammers, getting that win boosts us up to 7 points. And that's what the Premier League is all about. We need to remain and retain that top position. We need to keep growing the gap. And once we get, a fair few 10 plus points away, we're away with it. We've got a little bit of relaxation period. We don't have to worry about if we do draw any games. We've got a little bit of space to breathe. Of course, we don't want to let off the gas. We're in great form right now. We're in 5th gear. We're absolutely flying and we don't want to let off that gas. But it's just nice to know that if anything was to happen, we did pick up a loss or even a draw, that someone's not breathing down our necks only a point or 2 away and could potentially snatch the title out of our hands right towards the end of the season. So growing that gap is massively important. But yeah, West Ham are in great form. It's not going to be an easy game. Mikel Antonio is on fire right now up top for them. Lanzini's doing unbelievable things to defend them well. So it's certainly not going to be an easy game, but one that I am very excited for and one that I do think we'll get the 3 points out of. Yeah, the draw against Manchester City wasn't a great one, to be honest. I know that Manchester City are a team that dominate and keep possession and keep the ball very well. They can play around at the back, and we've seen Pep do this at Bayern Munich. We've seen him do it at Barcelona, and he's brought it here to Manchester City. I think the thing for me is I come away from the game thinking that we deserved more than just a point. And the reason for that was most of their goals came from our mistakes. There was a 1-2 with a post, which De Bruyne managed to slot home. Robertson unfortunately dived in trying to get the ball from Sergio Aguero. Aguero went down. It's a penalty. Again, it's a mistake on us. Goalkeeper positioning, defending. I don't feel like they outplayed us. I don't feel like they were the better team. I just think when we made mistakes, they took their opportunities. And don't get me wrong, Pep's team took their opportunities great. I respect Pep. He's a wonderful manager. But I think personally, from what I watched from the sidelines, it was due to our mistakes which let Manchester City in. We've obviously talked about it. We've watched footage of it. We're certainly going to learn and sort of work on what we did wrong. But unfortunately, this is football, and sometimes things do go wrong, and sometimes you leave a leg hanging or hit your arm or something like that. Sometimes it's not in control of the player. Andy Robertson, I had a chat with him. I said, you know what, you've gone for the ball. Aguero's played the ball out wide to, I do believe, Foden, and he's caught the player. It's as simple as that. It's just unfortunately one of those things. But yeah, City played a great game, capitalised when we made mistakes, but it was nice to see us constantly bouncing back. We didn't go into a losing position and just give up and let the heads drop. We kept fighting, and then it come down to the 87th, maybe in the 88th minute. Thiago had just come on 5-10 minutes ago. Lovely ball across the face of goal to the skipper, Gini Wijnaldum, who slot home to make it 3-3. Gini, great form at the moment. Keep telling him that he needs to keep working hard. He's honestly becoming a Liverpool legend here. What he's done for the club is unbelievable. And the fact that he's getting into those slots and the space and making sure that he gets the goal as the skipper, he's a leader. And I think although we have got Jordan out for the rest of the season, I think Gini stepping up and taking that armband is a great replacement for now. And I think he's wearing the captain armband very well. And I look forward to seeing what he can do throughout the rest of the season. Yeah, I think the players were, after the City game, a little bit disappointed to only be coming away with a point. I feel like it was due to our mistakes that obviously cost us not getting the 3 points. When we were getting opportunities, we were making sure we took them. So then to come out after that game against FC Sion and absolutely dominate and beat them 7-0. Now, obviously, in my last comment conference, I said that the game against FC Sion, with there being so much on the line, obviously we needed at least a draw, but we wanted to go for the win. And I said to the media, I said to you guys that we will be going out there and we will be absolutely ripping them apart. We will be dominating because we know how crucial those 3 points are. A draw would have done, but we wanted the win. We're in full gear right now. We're absolutely flying. There's no reason why we want to let off the gas. So even though it may have been a little bit of an unbalanced scoreline to FC Sion, we went out there and every opportunity that we got, we took, and that's why the scoreline ended 7-0. Most importantly, yes, it's great saying we scored 7 goals, but for me, something that I'm working hard on is with our defenders and our goalkeepers. It's to be keeping clean sheets as well is massive for me. It's great that, whether we win 2-0 or we win 7-0, as long as we win, that's the important thing. But goals don't matter too much. If it's a 1-0 win, it's still a win. If it's a 7-0 win, it's still a win. But training and working hard on keeping clean sheets is massive for us because I know we've got the ability to go and score a load of goals like we did against FC Sion. But unfortunately, there is a few games where we do lack and fall asleep and get a little bit lazy at the back, and that's something that we're working on. I've told the players stop going to ground, stop diving in. Yes, Robertson dove into a chance on Sergio Aguero and we give away a penalty. That's just football. Sometimes it happens, but constantly working with the defenders and the goalkeeper to better ourselves, to train harder, to work harder, to keep more clean sheets. But as for up top, yeah, we can score for fun. I think the 7-0 was a massive boost for the players. And I'm sure going into the game later on today against Leeds, we will look to dominate and do a sort of similar thing. I'm expecting plenty of goals and hopefully a clean sheet at home. Right, guys, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that did leave a comment using the hashtag a comment conference. Or should I say, a massive thank you to Sweeper Keeper. He's obviously listened in not the last episode, the episode before, when I talked about not getting enough comment conference hashtag questions. And I'll read my comments that I put in the comment section for you guys to see. It was, guys, I'm not getting many hashtag comment conference questions anymore, and I need at least 3 an episode to keep it going and interesting. So make sure you drop your questions below. I fully understand that new things eventually become a novelty, but I would like to keep this original idea going for as long as possible. I explained to you guys in the last episode that I need at least 3 or 4 questions for me to sort of do this comment conference, this press conference, this original idea, because 1 or 2 questions doesn't really cover it. A massive thank you to Sweeper Keeper, who obviously realised that, well, I want this idea. I don't want this original idea to go away. So not only did he leave a hashtag comment conference, he left 3. And I appreciate that, Sweeper Keeper, because you show me that you want this original idea to continue. And even though other people may not be leaving those comments right now, you are willing to pick up the slack to make sure that this original idea stays in the FIFA 21 Liverpool career mode. So honestly, Sweeper Keeper, looking at you right now, I appreciate it. And they were 3 great questions. Really enjoyed answering them. But before we jump back over to the game to face off against Leeds, we have got 2 other comments coming in from social media. One coming from Niall saying, City is my bogey team this year, still haven't beaten them. Yeah, we drew 3-3, but we have already beaten them in the Carabao Cup, so hopefully they're not going to be my bogey team. I'm thinking Leicester might be mine. We lost fairly early on to Leicester. I'm thinking they're definitely a difficult opponent. Haven't played them for the second time. Hopefully we can bounce back next time we play them. It could also be Lazio, but we'll find out in the next episode whether Lazio are our bogey team or not. And the last comment coming in from Gage Whittaker saying, yes, Brad. Well, yes, Gage. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. And guys, all I can relate to you again is please do drop some comments down below using the hashtag comment conference so I can continue this original idea. I don't want to let go of it, but I do understand that eventually new things become a novelty. It's like when you get a new car. It's great at the start, but a couple of weeks in, you realise it's just a machine that gets you from A to B. It's no different than the one you had before or the one you'll have after. It might be faster, might be flashier, but eventually the novelty wears off and it's just a machine that gets you from A to B. So I understand that you guys might want to not see this original idea anymore, and that's fine. Eventually it may have to drop off if I don't continue to get questions. And it's great that Sweeper Keeper is banging out 3, but I can't have it every episode where Sweeper Keeper is picking up the 3 or 4 questions because nobody else wants to see it. If people don't want to see it, then fair enough, we may have to look to cancel it. But it's been fun so far, and I'd like to see it go on a little bit longer. But not to bore you guys anymore in this comment conference, keep dropping your comments down below, keep leaving questions, or even if you want to leave statements, I can read them out at the end of the hashtag comment conference. But let's head back to take on Leeds in the Premier League. Very excited to be taking on the newly promoted team in Leeds United, currently down in 14th position. I thought they would have been playing Patrick Bamford up top. They're actually not. They're going with their new man they brought in from, I do believe, Villarreal, which is Rodrigo. But you can now see the lineup we will be putting out against Leeds United. As I mentioned earlier on, going to have to look to rotate this team quite a bit. I need to, whoever is looking really fatigued or low on fitness, hopefully if we can get 2 or 3 up by half-time, I'll make those changes at half-time. But I certainly think Leeds are going to be a difficult opponent. I don't think it's going to be as easy as I'd like it to be, but we're certainly going to get out there and play some good football. But we've got Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum wearing the captain's armband, linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Leeds United and hopefully bag those 3 points by half-time. Let's go, Redmen. Let's get warming up. Trent, Van Dijk, Mane and Salah stretching, warming up for this game. Liverpool fans are starting to take their seats. It's going to be a difficult game, this, I think. I don't expect this to be a walk in the park. I really don't. I think the likes of newly promoted teams like Leeds and West Brom, they come up and sort of, they've got nothing to lose. They've come up, they may as well challenge some of the top 6 teams. And obviously we are the current or last season's Premier League winners, so it's certainly going to be a challenge for them. I hope that we challenge them, but I'm just hoping by half-time, as we do get this first half kicked off with Bobby Firmino, that we can be in a comfortable winning lead and we can look to make some changes and rest some players. Bobby turns, going to ping one over the top now for Mo Salah to run onto. Mo Salah certainly going to cause some problems down this left side, I would have thought. Here's Mo Salah onto that left foot, looks to bend one. It's a great save from the keeper. He had that one covered. He knows what Mo Salah's going to do. Let's go for Fabinho. Into Gini. Gini moving to Bobby. Going back through now to Gini, who's through a goal, and Gini Wijnaldum wearing the captain's armband. It's going to slot home again. Go and celebrate with those fans, Gini. Slap, 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 slap. High fives all around. And Gini Wijnaldum puts her in the back of the net. He has been tremendous. Honestly, he's had a big role to step into. He's always been that left central midfielder for me. But the honour of taking on the captain's armband while Jordan Henderson is sidelined is a huge job. And he's took it on the chin, he's accepted it, and he is honestly becoming an incredible leader and someone that whether we're losing, drawing, winning, we'll try and get into those positions to help this team onto a win. Unbelievable, Gini. Well done. Robertson, going to ping one over the top now, trying to get in behind for Sadio Mane. Mane going to take that ball away now. Let's go, Bobby. Let's feed Bobby in behind. It's beautiful. Bobby Firmino, through on goal, should finish, does finish. 2-0 at half-time. Well done, Bobby Firmino, who potentially who potentially is just got into double figures. That could be his 10th goal, maybe his 11th. I can't remember the exact amount. I thought he was on 9, but he could be on 10. It's a great interception from Sadio Mane. Gives it through to Bobby, who runs through on his weak left foot. Bangs it in that bottom right corner. Well done, Bobby Firmino. It's an absolute rocket as he puts that in the back of the net. Very happy to be taking the 2-0 lead at half-time. I said I needed 2 or 3-0 to be a bit more comfortable to make some changes. And Roberto Firmino, wow, it's his 12th goal. Beg your pardon, Bobby. I thought you were on 9 going to 10 or 10 going to 11. You're actually at 11 going to 12. Well done. And as Rodrigo does get us kicked off, the ball is not even going to be able to touch the second man as the referee does play for half-time. And Anfield very happy with how we've played there, and straight away going to take a quick look at the fitness and decide if there's any players that need to come off. I think I'm going to give everyone another 10-minute run out, then make some changes. Everyone's still looking pretty fit. I think in 3 or 4 days they should get back to full fitness for the game against West Brom. So we'll see how we go over the next 10-15 minutes, try and get another goal, but certainly by 55-60 minutes I need to be making 3 subs to make sure we can rest players for the game up next against West Brom. As Leeds do get us kicked off in the second half period, 2-0 down. Through now to Naby. Let's go, Daka. I've got you. Patson Daka through here. Patson Daka, deadly! Oh, it's a terrible shot. I thought we could have scored a bit of a worldie there, so I thought I lit it, but it bobbled off his foot. It wasn't great at all. Let's go, Van Dijk. Robertson on the inside to Milner. We're going to go straight through there now to Sadio Mane. It's beautiful. Here comes Sadio Mane now. Bit of a heavy touch. Going to get one across now. Looking for Daka in the middle. He's going to get his head to it. Dallas is going to clean that up at the back. Oh, we should have put that one home. That is terrible. Come on, lads. We're switching off here now. Don't switch off at the end. Do not switch off at the end. Come on, Trent. Nicely done. It's Phillips. Plays it back. Yes! I had to dig deep there that last 5-10 minutes. That was for sure. But luckily enough for us, not as many goals as I thought there would be on the day, but I did say I thought Leeds were going to be a difficult opponent, and they certainly proved that. They were a difficult opponent. The 3 highlights was a goal from Gini, a goal from Bobby, and a yellow card for Sadio Mane. It pretty much sums up what sort of game that was. Leeds only having 1 shot, which was on target. We had 10 shots, 8 on target. Look at the possession. We only had 33% of the ball. They had 67%. It's great Leeds having so much of the ball, but if you can't do anything with it, and they couldn't break us down, which they couldn't, they've only had 1 shot on target, it just shows that, yes, they had a lot of the ball, probably passing around in their own half, which is what I felt they were doing, but we managed to still put 2 past them, having only 33% of the ball. Very happy with that result. Yes, thought there could have been more goals, but we get a clean sheet, we win 2-0. Bobby Firmino picks up man of the match with an 8.9. He gets his 12th goal of the season, and now I'm super pumped to get into this game against West Brom up next. Well, I definitely thought with the form that David Moyes' Hammers were in, it was going to come down to the game where we played them, where we could make the gap bigger. It turns out that's not the case. West Ham have now played 15 games, so we have a game in hand, and we are already 7 points ahead of them. The win over West Brom will put us 10 points ahead of the Hammers going into the game. By the end of today's episode, there could be 13 points between us and West Ham, but I can sort of see now that I was surprised that West Ham were doing so well. I think now sort of they're starting to burn out a little bit. You can see them starting to drop down. They were second, now they've dropped down to third, to fourth. Manchester City now into third. United only 4 points behind us. So really, we could do with United and City dropping points either when we play West Brom or play West Ham, so we can make a little bit of a breathing gap. If not, we'll have to wait till we play Manchester United, which I do believe is in this month, the month of December, and then we can look at taking 3 points off them. But let's get into the simulated game against West Brom. You can see the lineup that we are putting out. West Brom's team are not 100% fully fit. You can see Pierre, Dygana, Kadira, Hegazi, not 100% fit. Whereas for our team, by the changes are made and the way that we train and the way that we rested, I've got my full team back to full fitness. Even Naby Keita was 100% fitness, but I've decided to go with Thiago because Thiago is unbelievable, same as Bobby Firmino in these simulated games. But we've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum the captain, linking up with Thiago in the central midfield roles. A little deeper we got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Let's get into this game, get the players warmed up, get this simulated game kicked off, and hopefully we can do a job over the newly promoted West Brom like we did against Leeds. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet, score a couple of goals, and we can get the job done, as West Brom are going to be the team to get us kicked off in this first half period. Nicely done. Let's play this round. Go to Thiago. Let's go, Thiago. Burst through. Look for Mo Salah then. Okay, Mo Salah's there. Thiago. Mo Salah. Mo Salah dances through. Over now to Bobby. Tried to put it away. Gini comes over. Here's Trent. Through to Gini. Over to Bobby. It's 1-0. And what a fabulous bit of football there. Robertson. Come on, find the pass. Go to Gini. Gini. Yes. Here's Mane. Into Bobby. It's 2-0. Bobby Firmino gets a brace after just 16 minutes. Incoming, a Bobby Firmino hat-trick. You heard it here first. Forced him out of this box. Come on, Trent. Gomez now coming forward. Over this far side. Well done, Fabinho. Let's move. Come on, Salah. And Salah's going to be gone here. Surely we should score from this. Mo Salah! On his own. Gets the ball pinged to him from Fabinho in our own goal. Pinged it over the top for Mo Salah. He runs through on his own. Solo goal. And we make it 3-0. Here's Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Here's Mane. Mane should have put that through. Through to Mo Salah. It's a brace for Mo Salah. It's 4-0. 2 for Bobby. 2 for Salah. It's 38 minutes in. It's 4-0. Who's getting their hat-trick first? I'm going to say Bobby Firmino. Come on, Bobby. Round half time. Come on, ref. There we go. Blow the whistle. Get rid of it, Van Dijk. And the referee is going to blow his half-time whistle. Now, the unfortunate thing here, if we take a little look at fitness, luckily enough, it's only looking like Thiago that's a little bit fatigued at the moment. Because I don't want to take Mo Salah off and I don't want to take Bobby until one of them gets a hat-trick. But we've also got to think that we're playing West Ham, who, yes, at the moment are starting to fall down the pecking order, but have been in recent great form. So we've got to be very careful there. But I will resume the second half this time with Bobby Firmino getting us kicked off. 5 shots, 4 chances, 4 in the back of the net. We'll take that for the first half. Can we do it again in the second? It's Thiago, Mo Salah. Go on, player through. Gini! It's 5-0 and Gini, the skipper, manages to get on the score sheet. It's 5-0 after 60 minutes and we are cruising at this current stage. Cruising for Matip. And let's get back into the second half as the ball's put through to Bobby, who puts it through to Salah, who scores, but he's offside. He just would have scored his hat-trick as I've brought him off. Bobby's still here though and still able to get his hat-trick. Come on, Bobby. Ball through to Bobby, through to Milner, back to Bobby, to Gini, to Bobby! Bobby's going to get his hat-trick, there it is! I thought he was going to get it, I called it, Mo Salah could have had his. They both could have had one at this point now, but unfortunately Mo Salah was offside, but it is 6-0. Ball in, let's go Gomez, and the referee is going to blow that full-time whistle. We have beaten the newly promoted West Brom 6 goddamn 0. Bobby Firmino bags himself a hat-trick. He scores in the 9th, the 16th, and then scores late on in the 76th. Mo Salah gets a brace score in the 27th and the 39th. Gini scores in the 60th, and that gives us our 6-0. 3 from Bobby, 2 from Salah, 1 from Gini. What a performance. 57% of the ball, 8 shots, 7 chances, 6 in the back of the net. West Brom only having 1 shot, 1 chance, 43% of the ball. We dominated against them, and that is exactly what I wanted to see from my Liverpool side. Right, and for the final game in today's episode, we're taking on David Moyes' West Ham. And luckily enough for us, Manchester United are taking on Chelsea. Frank Lampard's team are looking to break it into a Champions League spot. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team are looking at retaining second position. So that is going to be a clash of titans. Both teams going to be going head-to-head for the 3 points. We are taking on a currently informed West Ham, but from today's episode, not so informed. So I'm hoping we can absolutely dominate against them. Currently 4 points ahead of United. If Chelsea hold them to a draw or even manage to beat them, then we can grow that gap even more. We can start pushing away from Manchester United and Manchester City. Unfortunately, you can see from the lineup, Mane, Bobby, Salah, Gini, Fabinho, Trent, not fully fit coming into this game. Had to make a change at the back from Kabaka coming in for Joe Gomez, because Joe Gomez was probably less fit than Lanzini, as you can see, over for West Ham. So didn't want to risk him getting an injury, probably about 70-65% fitness. So I can't risk any injuries at the back especially. But you can now see the lineup. We've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, the captain Gini Wijnaldum linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield. Or a little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, then Robertson, Van Dijk, Kabak and Trent at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. Let's get into this game. Probably Bobby and Salah need to be coming off at half-time, regardless of the scoreline. So if we can sort of use and abuse them and make sure that we get 3 or 4 goals up by half-time, I'll be happy to do so. But if it's 1-0 or 1-1, I'm going to have to take them off at half-time. We can't risk throughout December picking up an injury to one of these players in the starting 11. But let's get into this game against West Ham and hopefully hammer the hammers. Come on, Reds. I want to see a whole different gear this time. We bossed it against West Brom. Bobby Firmino got a hat-trick. Mo Salah nearly got a hat-trick but was offside. We were cruising in third or fourth gear against Leeds, but I can't afford that against West Ham. I need to go from third to fourth to fifth and to goddamn sixth and foot to the floor, pedal to the metal. We need to absolutely boss this game from the start as it is. Bobby Firmino, who scored a hat-trick in his last game, to get us kicked off in his first half period. Pull him out of position. Well done, Trent. Let's move, let's move. And I tell you what, they're going to be out of position here. And Mo Salah is going to look to exploit this. Here goes Mo Salah. Potentially Mane towards the back post. Going to swing one in. Bobby's there. Mane's there. And Mane has scuffed it.
Opportunity to take the lead so early. First goal is so important.
Oh, he sliced it. As Mane looks to pick on Mo Salah with a stunning ball. Oh, if that would have been a chance for Mo Salah to bury, I'd have took everything back that I said against Mane there. He's not offside. He's not offside. He would have been onside. The linesman and VAR have got it wrong again. There's Lanzini. Slide them, missed them. Don't go to ground, go back, don't go to ground! Ah, thought when I slid in I'd get him. It's 1-0 West Ham. This slide tackle there, I thought I had it. And then Kabak, I lunged in. Lanzini's doing too much ball control with his feet. And we've conceded in today's episode, not what I wanted. Bobby waiting for the run there now, Mo Salah. Mo Salah going to get in behind. Oh, come on, linesman. Surely you've got that one wrong again. Surely. Oh, you must be joking. Okay, maybe for that one his knee is offside. I'll let that be. His knee is probably offside there. The first one he wasn't. Genie not got many options here. We're now going to go to Naby. Naby now coming forward. I'm going to keep going here with Naby if I can. Let's cut it back. Naby Keita looks to put it in now to Genie. To Bobby. Bobby lands one off. Bobby Firmino. Ran on half time. Puts it in the back of the net. Bobby, you're the man. Bobby, you're the man. I need that at half time. When you're playing FIFA, if you lose them but you can get it back at half time, Bobby does very well to back up and watch the defender. Keep himself to the right side of him to keep himself onside. He pulls Fabianski across as Genie plays it, and I was always going to put the ball back the other way. We managed to get it back to 1-1 at half time. As Haller kicks this ball, yeah, the referee is going to play for half time. We needed to get that game back to 1-1 because we have been playing solidly. It was just a defensive error again that cost us going 1-0 down, but we've bounced back. Bobby Firmino gets us back to level terms for half time, and as West Ham kick us off in the second half. Now I'm not letting off the gas. Go, go, go. Fabinho's turn now. Back them off, out the box. Here's Lanzini once again, who's going to get his shot off. Alisson's all over that one as we now look to throw this ball out, play it straight through. And let's go, Sadio. This could be impressive. Sadio Mane cruising through. Sadio Mane through on goal. Sadio! And again, Sadio. How did Fabianski keep that one out?
Really good save in the end. Well, a chance to take the lead. It really is. The crowd.
His left hand that's just trailing as he's diving to the right. Well done, Fabianski. Fair play. Nicely done. There's Haller. Ball coming in. Get there, Kabak. Let's go, Robbo. Oh, Robbo, you've got to win that ball. Ball through. It's a great save from Alisson. Go Fabinho. Play that straight through now. Looking for Diego Jota, who's through on goal. Diego Jota slows it up to try and find the angle. And I should have kept running. 2 minutes out on. Come on, Lanzini. We need to take this. We need to take this ball off him now. Oh, I don't think it's going to happen. It's 1-1.
So the final whistle, even Steven in the end. A draw from the Liverpool point of view, Lee. What did you think of it? Well, that's what happens when you
that's a disappointing draw, that.
And then you don't carry out your game plan with
that is a disappointing draw. Oh, Mane. How did you fluff that? How did you fluff that? You've kicked the floor before you've kicked the goddamn ball. Look at the stats. 3 shots, 3 on target for West Ham. Very consistent. 11 shots, 8 on target for us. Fabinho picks up man of the match with an 8.1. That's how poor we played. Yes, we had plenty of shots. Their keeper must have got man of the match, surely. Fabianski, 7.5. Lanzini gets it for the goal scorer, but second is Fabianski, who keeps 8 out. He has 8 shots, sorry, he lets 1 in. So So he keeps 7 out. I don't know how he kept that Sadio Mane volley out with his left hand. He was diving to the right. His left hand comes across. Boom. He gets a touch on it. It's a great save. I can't deny that. Diego Jota just didn't get off the mark for me. He wasn't great when he come on. So unfortunately, he had the chance there at the end to make it 2-1 and be the hero. He doesn't take it. And we draw and only get a point at home to West Ham. Disappointing result there, to be honest. Right, guys, you know we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. Not the best result to be finishing on. 1-1 against West Ham. Yes, we knew they were in great form. They were second. Maybe they're just trying to cling on to get a Champions League spot right now, and drawing with us is doing exactly that. They seem to be sort of dropping down the table. Chelsea, though, that's good news. Beat Manchester United 2-0 meaning there will be a little bit of a gap now. Obviously, our next game is against Lazio, so we're currently looking at Champions League. But let's go into the standings. Let's change it to Premier League, and let's see how many points we are finishing ahead. But Manchester City capitalise. Of course, Manchester City capitalise when we draw, meaning there is only now 3 points between us and Manchester City. Damn it. Damn it. We just cannot seem to get away. If Manchester United had stayed in second on 33, we were bombing it. We were 5 points ahead and getting a nice little gap. But Manchester City continue to breathe down our necks, continue to cause problems for us. And it's not getting any easier in the next episode as we head over to the calendar to look at the next 3 games. We take on Lazio for our final game in our group stage. We're guaranteed to be going through to the knockout stages now. That game just relies on whether we want to finish top or potentially second in our group. Something that we may have to decide, but potentially a game that I want to play because we lost 3-0 to them last time. I want to bounce back and show the fans that, look, we're coming back for a bit of revenge. We're then taking on Burnley away from home in the Premier League. And then we have Chelsea in the Cup. I'm guessing, is this in the Carabao Cup? I'm guessing it's the Carabao, isn't it? The FA Cup hasn't kicked off yet. So, yeah, we can have a little look here. So, Leicester take on Arsenal in the quarterfinals. Nice to see Wolves and United getting easy games. Manchester United take on Stoke City away from home. Ipswich have got Wolves. We've got Frank Lampard's Chelsea. And they're coming off the back end of a 2-0 victory over United. We're coming on the back end of a 1-1 draw to West Ham. So I'm pretty sure the Chelsea players are going to be bouncing at the moment, so it's going to be a very difficult one. But if we beat Chelsea, we see ourselves grab a place in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. I'm thinking it'll probably be, I think Leicester will get through, United, Wolves, and us. So it'll be either Leicester, United, Wolves that we would probably play in the semi-finals. I think that's who's going to go through, and I think Leicester will beat Arsenal. But difficult games in the next episode, and having said that, it's difficult games throughout, because then the next, which is mad, the episode after the next, we take on Spurs at home, United away from home, and then Spurs away from home. We take on Spurs twice in one episode. That is going to be very difficult. And then, of course, we move from the month of December into January, where the January transfer window opens, and we're going to be taking on United and City, the red and blue side of Manchester. And we need to be bagging all the points we can when we take on them, because they are the 2 teams right now breathing down our necks. But I think, yeah, we're going to play the game against Lazio. We'll simulate the Premier League game against Burnley and hope that we just get a win. And then, of course, play that game against Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you haven't already, drop a comment down below. Don't forget to ding dong that bell. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.